So, rocking back to Tidam Passage, we have StarLancer as Knef in grey and teal, dark teal at the very least, and Bozocow as Galcian in grey and red. Bozocow, of course, is the host of this tournament, so I'm expecting to see great things. If I see any less than perfect play, I will begin to question his legitimacy as the organizer of a tournament. So we've got Bozo heading out with his base runner and his production cruiser and focusing on CUs, and his opponent definitely knows enough to focus on CUs. Very important to keep in mind, we have a Knef mirror match. Oh, well, what am I talking about? Knef mirror match. Blech. Galcian versus Knef. So units are the same, but certain things are very different. Like siege cruisers and blast drones. So, important things to keep in mind. StarLancer has recycled his base runner for 1, and doesn't seem to have any idea what he's doing. That's a shame. That's a very real shame, in fact. Yeah, StarLancer is sat on these extra CUs, and he's not using them, so... Oh dear. Has probably watched a guide, but doesn't actually know what he's doing. This is going to get very ugly very fast. So what are we seeing? We are seeing lots of not much at the moment. And we've got a panic move from this carrier. This Knef carrier actually does have enough damage output to push off these sand skimmers. I mean, there is that to it. Doesn't actually get a kill, which is a bit sad. So come on, StarLancer. What is your answer to these 5 sand skimmers? What are you going to do about it? Yeah, nice positioning on that scanner. He can see this third wreck, so he'll know if his opponent goes very heavy on eco, or if his opponent tries to come around and flank and hit his economy. Sand skimmer being thrown away. Yeah, general rule of thumb, you need equal or superior numbers, and you want to use terrain to make up the rest of the difference. Tech choice, assault ships. Assault ships versus railguns. I know how this plays out. Like, quite frankly, if that's the case, double PC rail rush, just spam assault railguns and murderize StarLancer seems very much a legitimate choice. At least one thing I can say is assault ships function correctly against sand skimmers, because they've got the range to shoot at sand skimmers. Yeah, so let's just mosey on over and say hello to the assault ship. Assault ship is quite I actually like the design of the assault ship. It's quite cool because it's literally just 2 massive cannons bolted off onto a hover chassis. Also, it's got a very strange sort of look, and it fires high explosive homing shells, which is always, it's aesthetically pleasing. Unfortunately, as a unit, it's bloody awful. It is functionally terrible, as we can see by the fact that yeah, these skimmers. Let's just get that up again. What are you doing, Bozo? You could have come in here and done some damage. Have you got armor or not? You've not even got armor. Wait. Okay, so some important things to keep in mind. Strikecraft armor, especially for skimmers. If you're dealing with carrier guns, they do 10 damage. Right? You get armor 1, you're reducing carrier damage by 20% to your skimmers, which means if you're going to be diving underneath carriers, it's usually worth getting. This should be an easy win. Why are you're where are you going? What are you doing? But yeah, this is the typical game of cat and mouse you play with assault ships. You just manage range and they can't do anything. So, what I think is going to happen is that Bozo is going to be just slow enough. He's constantly getting them just as they move out of line of sight. And it's going to be just kind of sad. And it is. Yeah, what are you doing? Like, is there any sign of air tech coming? Well, none have been built. Bozo panic building AA because, oh noes, there's the possibility of air. Again, I would have just gotten a second production cruiser and pushed. Like, I would have 2 production cruisers and as many assault rails I could produce, and I would be here, and then I'd be killing his carrier. Like, none of this. Like, who cares? Like, assault ships suck. Come on, go, 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 come on, go, kill, kill. That's what we're designed to do. Look at them. And they're just the killiest thing you've ever seen. They're just a set of 3 giant cannons. I don't even want to imagine the size of the slugs these things would actually be firing. Yeesh. Right, okay. So, tie-down passage. Very important feature to keep in mind. At third, and more importantly at the extraction zone here, you can move up onto a hill. It's a nice hill. And it runs all the way down until you start dealing with this main spawn hill that this spawn point has. So you just move up onto this hill, and then you push on your opponent, and they die. It's very good. At the moment, this is just kind of a bit sad, because, like, what's going on? Why? Star's actually building... Is Star going to have a second production cruiser before you do, or do you have one already? You do have one already. You're just camping it back there for economy, which you don't even need. Like, this is over. StarLancer doesn't even know how to fight you, and he doesn't have the army composition to fight you. Come on. Go up there with your missile ship and just dump missiles on him as well. You know, come on. Establish dominance. So yeah. Not exactly. There we go. I know it was coming at some point. Just armor. Yep, max armor. Did you waited until you got armor 3 before you had this fight, didn't you? You actually waited until you had armor 3. And as far as saying that's playing safe, that's playing dangerous. Right? Because in the time it takes for you to get armor 3, he might have gotten air. And then you're going to lose those assault ships. Those assault rails, sorry. Keep in mind, these things are very squishy. And interceptors do a lot of damage. Come on. Really? You backed off from 1 assault. Do these assault ships have any upgrades? They don't even have armor 1. Don't even have armor 1. Was everyone just playing super safe? Because, like, that's what it feels like. Everyone's all like, oh, I'm not sure how to play anymore. I haven't played in months. Like, was this after, like, long break? I mean, I could accept that excuse. It's just a bit weird to watch. Come on. Come on. Focus fire the carrier. It's over. Oh, man. Come on. There's actually a siege cruiser out there. That's how long you've waited. Come on. Is that going to cause you to back off? You're going to be like, oh no, there's a siege cruiser. Run away. Oh, man. Terrible. Come on. It's a Kenneth carrier. It can't outrun you. It's easier to kill than the siege cruiser is. Come on. How much more health does that thing even have? 3,000 HP. Come on. Oh, come on. If you kill the siege first, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. Like, there's no reason to. Just kill the carrier. Come on, focus fire. Focus fire. Focus fire. There we go. There we go. Boom. Yay. Oh man, I don't know, just some people playing super safe, like just being all like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing.